The energy that a leader brings to an organization is something that should not be underestimated. Whether it's a political party, a non-governmental organization, a family-run business, or a multinational organization, the energy that the leader brings into that space is very, very vital. Because when you look at the state of your organization, be it the team that you lead, be it a function that you lead, is a reflection of the personal consciousness of you as a leader, or conversely, you a person that has been given the opportunity and the authority to lead. You know, leaders espouse certain values and they manifest certain behaviors, and these values and behaviors, they should match the frequency of the reality that they want to create, or the climate that they would like to be pervasive in those spaces where they lead. And if you are not cognizant of that as a leader, then you are going to miss the point. Wait as we're going to talk about the energy that you bring into an organization. Energy follows intention. So you need to get your intentions right as a leader, because your intentions inform the type of actions that you take. And the action that you take has got a ripple effect on every facet of the organization that you lead. Whatever that you do as a leader has got the potential to create at least two environments. The environment where your people are going to thrive, or an environment where it will be survival of the fittest. And it is your choice, because none of these are coincidental. It is what you create as a leader. But maybe before we can unpack the survival environment or the thriving environment, let's look at what Albert Einstein talks about when he talks about energy and the reality that it creates. Everything is energy, and that is all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. Just reflect on what Albert Einstein says, and you'll realize that as a leader, that the type of environment that you have created in a team that you lead, in the department or in a function, is not coincidental. It is a result of the choices that you have made to create either a thriving environment or an environment that I call survival of the fittest. And how do you create this environment? It is as a result of the values that you espouse, your belief systems, because these belief systems inform what you value. Your level of self-awareness. To what extent are you aware of yourself as a leader? The decisions that you take, are they facilitating a thriving environment? Are they facilitating a survivalist type of environment? Your leadership style, all of these things, they come together to create the type of environment that you are currently witnessing wherever you are as a leader. Now, let's look at the first one, which is the survival environment. And how do you, as a leader, create this type of environment? Number one, you might be projecting fear. If you project fear as a leader, what are you going to get? You're going to get fear. If you project love, you'll get love, isn't it? If you project hate, you'll get hate. But let's stay with fear. The leaders miss the mark. This type of leaders miss the mark because they want to be feared. I don't know where they missed the syllabus where we were taught that you earn respect of the team that you lead. You do not demand the respect. And those who demand respect, they put fear in those that they lead. They want to be worshipped as they come across through the passages, just for their positions, but not the value that they are adding. I once reported to such a leader where Every Monday we had a management meeting, and I bet you no one was looking up to that meeting. On Sundays, people would be exchanging WhatsApps and messages to say, I dread going to that meeting. I don't want to see myself in that meeting. And that had the potential, and actually that is what it was creating as people walked into that meeting. You know, when somebody is already ready to be bitten, they already sending signals to their bodies to say, I am going to withstand all the lashes that will come upon this body. People were walking into that meeting like that because they were tense. How they were also taking the posture in their seats. You could already see that they are not going to participate in this meeting because it was all about the leader. It was the leader who said, thou shalt respect me. But actually what they were saying is that thou shalt fear me. And that creates toxicity. And actually, a survival of the fittest type of environment is nothing else but a toxic environment where everything is about the leader and his or her crew and those that sing his or her praises. Now, this type of leaders, they also cast doubt in others by humiliating them in the presence of others. You know, this type of leader would, you'll find leaders who, when you present, they will ask questions for clarity. They will maybe ask questions to guide and mentor you through their questions so that you can see brighter ideas. But now, he was the only person taking center stage. And the posture he was taking was to prove to you, the person presenting, that you don't know what you're talking about. He knows better than you. Even in a subject that is not his, he just wanted to prove himself on everything. And now, people in the room, the people that are reporting to him, that are supposed to help him come up with solutions, would not even make their contribution known because they would leave it up to him to be to do what he wanted to do, which was to humiliate other people. And that is a sad state that these leaders are doing because they end up foisting their own ideas down the throat of those people who are reporting to them. And actually, in another organization, I honestly in my life only had 2 toxic leaders. And one of these leaders in one organization, what you would do, you would prepare your presentation, and then you would come and take him through the presentation, and he would say, go print your presentation. And I'm somebody who likes to work online. Then I would go print the presentation, and he would write in on my presentation what to say, word for word. And it was one of those difficult things to do because I take my energy from the people that I'm talking to, that are listening to me, and I flow at that moment. And I usually do not lose a sense of what I want to say, but I get my energy from my audience. But now, if somebody says to me, thou shalt say it this way, and he is in that meeting, and he also has got a copy of what he has given me, I kid you not, this guy used to do that. And now I've got to sit there, pull my presentation, and read from the presentation. And I'm not good in interacting with my audience by reading to them. Otherwise, I could have just given them a script for them to read and then bring them into the room and do question and answer. So those type of leaders, they force down your throat their own ideas, and you've got just to follow. And actually, they are taking your capability to think for yourself because they want you to think like they do. And sadly, they also use meetings as battlegrounds to exert their superiority. Meetings are there for people to exchange ideas. Meetings are there for people to share different viewpoints and to ask questions. And not only ask questions for the sake of asking questions, but to elicit some of the ideas in other people. But the meetings that these people run end up creating this toxic place that is not going to take anyone anywhere. And then with this type of leadership, what do you expect? Employees start to withdraw. They withdraw their participation. As I indicated, people come into a meeting on Monday and they do not say much. And they just give the bare minimum because what people do in a survivalist type of environment is just to make sure that they do the little so that they can still keep their job, you know. And then what happens in that type of environment is that the great talent end up leaving, but the non-contributors stay because they've got nowhere to go. So these leaders don't realize that their approach is short-sighted and is taking them nowhere, because the employees, especially employees of great talent, are just taking it one day at a time until they get the right opportunity. And conversely, even the non-contributors, because they also feel the pinch of this leader, they would also take it one day at a time, look forward to the next day. And actually, employees take it one day at a time and look forward to the end of the day, then the end of the week, and hope the following week will also come and pass. And I've seen this in practice, where I was asking people to say, how did you stay so long in this type of environment? And their answer always took me by surprise. They said, there was a CEO like this one before this one, and he was doing the same thing, but his 10 years passed. And this one, he'll do the same. His 5 years is going to end now. Maybe they'll extend his 5 years, but his time to leave this organization will still come. And I looked back and I said to myself, but how can you stay in such an environment? Now we are counting 20 years, the 10 years of somebody that has passed. And this one is in the first term of his leadership role. And you're saying you can, even if they extend for the second term, you will still wait for them to leave. And it just baffled my mind to say, how do people stay in those type of environments? But the thing is, like I said, those who stayed, when I looked at common character traits between them, they were there to do other things for themselves. They were studying something that will benefit themselves. They were not looking at something that is going to advance their organization. Some were pursuing their own businesses. But here's the sad part about it. Results will come, but not in a sustainable way in that type of environment, because anything that is foisted upon people has got an expiry date. It has got an expiry date. The patience of these people will soon wear out, and they will either vote with their legs, or they will stay in that organization and not contribute. And the results that you want as a leader might not be the results that are going to take the organization to the next level. So, in the environment where people are just surviving, there is no way that there will be creativity and innovation. No way. And as a leader, you cannot accept price when the results are not forthcoming. Because if you generate negative energy, there is no way that there will be flow of ideas. So you make a call as a leader because there is an alternative. And this alternative is an alternative where you need to give people an opportunity to do what they can do best. Leave those who are talented in some spaces to show their talent, to apply their skills so that they can make a difference in the positions for which you have hired them. And that can only happen in a thriving environment where leaders live the values and ethos of the organization that they are part of. But if somebody just decides to say, I'm the big boss, you are not going to see the capability of your people coming through. Let me share with you where I have seen that. And it is in the book Leadership Secrets of the World's Most Successful CEOs, where Daniel Amos, the CEO of Affleck, drives the point home when he says, our employees know that we listen to and value their ideas, no matter how foreign they may seem to us at first. As a result, our employees extend the same courtesy to our customers. By appreciating the different viewpoints of our employees and customers, we have developed stronger products, new customers, and long-term relationship with policyholders. Now, contrast these two environments. In the environment that Daniel speaks about, it's not only about employees, because once you treat employees well, once you create that thriving environment for your employees, they also take care of their customers. And as a result, your organization starts to grow. But in that environment where people are not thriving, that does not extend in a positive way to customers. Customers also feel the pinch because they can also see the negative energy that is running in the organization. Either their orders are late, either the quality of their products are not up to standard. But you as a leader, you've got a responsibility to infuse vibrant energy within the organization that you lead. And you do that by inviting ideas and implementing those ideas that are practically possible. There is nothing that is debilitating to employees like saying to them, bring your ideas, and you do nothing about them. But leaders who are valuing the contribution of their employees, they will assess their ideas, they will evaluate them, and they will say, if this is possible to implement with least financial investment, we are going to do it now. But if it's going to take more money and more effort, probably we'll budget for it at a later stage. And they give this feedback to their employees, because in this way, employees start to get more positive energy. They see that it's not a waste of time for them to suggest certain things in the organization. And in that way, they start to contribute even more towards the advancement of the organization. Leaders who create thriving environment also give credit where it's due. I think it's Ken Blanchard in the 1 Minute Manager who says, catch your employees doing something right. So leaders who create thriving environment catch their employees doing something right, and they give credit where it's due. They do not compete with employees. They are not there to show employees that they know nothing. But if an idea is good, if a contribution is good, if work was delivered beyond expectations, they give credit to those employees. What does it do to employees? They want to do more of the same, or even to surpass the contribution that they are making. And leaders who create a thriving environment, they are prepared to be followers from time to time. They are open to lead, but also to co-lead. They understand that people within their teams have got different leadership abilities. It's not about the positions that they occupy. So from time to time, they are able to stand back and create space for their teams to lead, because they understand that by doing that, they learn as leaders, but also they are modeling the right behaviors to those that they lead. And in that way, it creates this vibrant energy within the team, because everyone in the team has got an opportunity to lead. And it starts to build this muscle of leading by influence. And everyone now starts to build their leadership capability. And in that way, the team is going to thrive. And that is the most important thing that you do as a leader. Tune into the frequency of the reality that you want to create as a leader. Because if you don't do that, you are going to create an environment where people are just there to survive. Tune into the frequency of the reality that you want to create as a leader. That's very, very important. If you want to create a thriving environment, you need to infuse vibrant energy. And if your value system says, I'm here, it's all about myself, then you're going to create the survivalist environment. But understand that there are consequences to both. And you need to be wise as a leader to say, what is the result that I'm looking for the team? You are the one that have got the ability to create the climate within your team. And in conclusion, if this content really resonates with you, please subscribe so that we can continue to grow this community of dreamers and people who just would like to grow each other. But most importantly, if you would like to deepen your understanding of leadership, if you want to become a better leader, we're offering coaching program here at Dreams Made Possible. And please click on the link below and send us a message to coaching@botakihlalele.co.za, and let's meet online or in person depending where you are, and let's help you to build your leadership capability. Until the next video, I thank you.